Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name's Ethan Bernard. In today's video, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of first impressions of The Division 2's Endgame, talk about it briefly, and then go into the game and actually play some at what is currently the highest world tier. Now, what is world tier, you might ask? Currently, the highest world tier in the game at the time of recording is world tier 4. The highest in the game, period, is 5, but 5 is not open to us yet. So right now, we're stuck in World Tier 4. Now you can see here, I'm currently Gear Score 426. Now, Gear Score comes into effect after you beat the main game. Once you beat the main game and everything it has to offer story-wise, you'll be entered into a Gear Score system and thrown right out of the leveling system. So instead of level 1 through 30, it's now Gear Score, and you start at like 200 and it goes up to literally like 450 right now, 500 once World Tier 5 releases. And this acts very similar to what like Destiny's Light Level and Anthem's Gear Score, all that stuff. All these items average out, these 9 slots average out into your current Gear Score, and it's pretty damn fun to play. Okay, the end game's thought out really well. So after you beat the main stuff, not only does the Gear Score system start, but like I said, the World Tier system starts. So once you beat the game, you hit level 30, yada, 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 you'll be entered into World Tier 1. World Tier 1 will actually be the start of the end game, and you have to complete a few missions and actually do some stuff to reach the next world tier. So once you hit World Tier 2, 3, 4, etc., all you have to do in between them is level up, hit a specific milestone for your Gear Score, and then you'll have the chance to enter that new world tier by completing a couple missions, and you just keep going on that route. There's always new stuff to get. There's always new stuff to work toward, and it's pretty damn fun. Now, another thing about this is actually specializations. Okay, specializations offer you a signature weapon. Currently, I'm using the TAC-50C rifle, which is, I guess, what they're calling it. It is the sharpshooter specialist weapon. It is damn fun to use. We're going to go back in here. I actually forgot to show you guys the specializations, but these are actually alternate skill trees that you can use instead of just having the game where you're normal. You actually have 3 different skill trees to work on once you beat the main game. So let me show you those real quick. They have these skill trees there, so you have something to work towards in the end along with your Gear Score. In the first game, all you really had to do was up your level, but in this game, it's much more than that. So you can see here, they have Demolitionist, Survivalist, and Sharpshooter. Sharpshooter is my current one. I'm not going to switch over to any of these until I actually have more points for this. As you can see, I've done 82 out of 160 points for Sharpshooter, and we are just getting started. So you can see Sharpshooter is obviously like the aim and shoot, you know, headshots deal more damage, you have less health, etc., etc. High damage dealing, very gun-reliant gameplay. And you can see that with the perks here, right? Like I have a perk plus 15% increased rifle damage, plus 25% increased headshot damage, more reload speed, and then you have stuff like this where you have extra armor while you're in cover, so you can sit in cover and shoot. You have the reduce the chance to die when you actually get critically hit, which is really nice because the enemies do a lot of damage in this game. And then the whole signature weapon ties in here as well. They have signature weapon damage upgrades, which will actually be a big chunk of this upgrade system. Is probably like 40 points to get this maxed, and it will upgrade your damage up to a plus 145%, meaning that my sniper right here that I'm using, the TAC-50, which is my signature weapon, will do about 245,000 damage base, not on a headshot, once that is fully upgraded, which is pretty crazy to think about. So these missions are really nice. The whole way this endgame is laid out is really nice, and I'm really enjoying myself so far. Now, it doesn't even stop there, right? You have all these side missions and all these encounters on the map, control points to take, safe houses to visit. There's so much stuff to do. You have main missions, side missions, encounters, etc. But then they add some complexity to it in the end game. You can see here these control points are actually areas of the map that enemies and your friendlies are actively fighting for. You'll see them go back in between green and red depending on what people attack what you capture, etc. And MLK Memorial Library here, you can see, is a level 1. You can see supplies available, and then it'll say tier 1 next to those supplies over there on the left side of the screen that I cannot seem to get my mouse to, so we're not going to do that. But you can see supplies available tier 1. However, you can see it's connected to this. And it's connected to this. These are side encounters, but if you connect those and you complete these little side encounters before you go to the control point, it'll actually upgrade the difficulty and rewards of the control point. So right here, you can see a territory control, right? So if we go to this, we're going to fast travel to this, and we're going to do this real quick. If we beat this territory control, that control point will be upgraded to a tier 2. And when it gets upgraded to a tier 2, we're going to have a little bit harder of a time beating it, but at the same time, we're going to actually get better rewards from it. So the control point's over there, but we're going to go over here first and beat this territory control. Now, enemies scaling in this is a recommended gear score of 425 area, and currently I'm 426. So the enemies aren't actually that hard to kill. You can see here, they're just kind of chilling. They're just guarding their way. Let's see if I can get behind cover here. We're going to toss a flashbang in so no one will be able to see anything. Toss that in. They aren't even going to see it. And then poof. They can't see anything, so we're just going to start taking them out. But you can see here, the damage output that I'm doing at this level is actually pretty crazy, considering we're in the highest output. Now, given this is going into all my skills, I have extra rifle damage, I have extra headshot damage, I have better reload speed, all that stuff. But it just feels really damn good. And you can see there's a lot of damage being thrown out here. We're 4-tapping these purple bars. We got a cache key that we can open up here. We're going to kill this little drone pilot here. All right. There's more enemies. Oh, no, there's a friendly showing up. So friendlies are showing up now. All the enemies are dead. Now that this little territory control is over, we grab the cache key, head over here, open up the gear stash. And once we beat this, like I said, that control point's actually going to go to tier 2. So we're going to do this right now. You can see perimeter secured. We get some XP. We get a little bit of materials. And now it'll say control point alert level increase. So now it's at a tier 2 loot. So now we're going to go into this control point, which is currently controlled by hyenas. And we're going to call in some allies, and we're going to take this over and get that sweet-ass loot out of it. So you can see here, the combat in this game, as I've mentioned previously, is just super solid. Enemies are very visible. The gunplay is fantastic. And with the perks, I'm doing almost 100,000 damage to the head, guys, with this rifle. I'm 2-tapping guys based on their health bars. Actually, I've learned kind of where the head is. So even at long ranges where I can't really see it, it's really easy to just tap heads. Now, I'm also going to show you guys kind of the signature weapon and how that works here in a second in the combat. But we're going to kill this guy here real quick. We got a high-end drop from him. The looting in this game is phenomenal. High-end drops will usually be slightly above your current average light level. And low-end, like purple and stuff like that, will be kind of usually a little bit below it. But it'll still be some useful gear that you can either just kind of get rid of or whatever. Do whatever you want with it. So you can see here, this is my signature weapon. This is the Barrett 50 cal. And this is a very fun weapon to use. You can see we're going to look for an enemy. I don't even see right here. This guy right here. We got to wait for the scope to go in. Pop him for 400,000 damage. And that's without any of the upgrades on this weapon, because I don't use it a whole lot. I like the base weapon a lot. Let's get this guy here real quick. We got another guy shooting at us over here. Let's tap them. Here we go. Headshot. Enemy leader just came out on the side there. Let's take care of this guy real quick. Come on. There we go. They're dead. Now we can start tapping away at this leader here. It's a sniper, so they don't have a lot of health. Take care of this guy. Sniper's dead. So now we can actually enter this control point, take this loot, and then we're going to have to actually defend it. What are you still doing here? All right. Now, enemy reinforcements will come in. You can see this goal we got is probably a little bit higher. Yep, so it's a backpack that's a little bit higher than what I have now. The green number means it's higher than what I currently have equipped. And this is kind of how you gradually raise your gear score. Where are these enemies coming from? Come on, guys. I want to get killing. All right, so we're just going to kind of spam it head level here. It'll do a lot of damage. You can see those guys have virtually no health already. The civilians are getting in my way. We're going to tap this guy right here. Another high-end dropped, which is nice to see. And there's going to be some enemies over here, maybe? I don't know. Yep. I don't know what they're doing. Not landing any headshots on them. Guess they're all coming from over there now. There we go. Now that we killed enough of them, an enemy leader will spawn, and this will actually be the last part of this control point. So we're going to do this. We're going to tap away at the leader's allies, climb up. They're dead. We're going to toss a flashbang in. Flashbang grenades are exclusive to the sharpshooter class, by the way. They help out a lot in combat. They make it pretty much impossible for your enemies to see anything, and it is really useful for groups of enemies. You can see the leader's dead here. Now we're just going to tap away at this last guy. I need to heal badly. Like, oh my goodness. So we're going to keep going. These guys do have a lot of health. Oh my god, my teammates are blocking my cover. So it is kind of a bitch sometimes to fight people like this guy. But you can see here, his armor's broken now, so he's going to die pretty quick once you get that armor off. I don't know what he is doing. I might have to climb over cover here. He's dealing a lot of damage to me. Let's heal back up. There we go. So you can see here now we captured the MLK Memorial Library. We can go over here, grab this loot. You can see we just got a higher level, what was it, backpack? Only by 3 points, but it brought me to 427. You can see, and we got a little higher level mask. So you go up gradually. It's nothing too crazy. You know, we got worse gauntlets. We mark them as junk. We got another high end here to pick up. But overall, just the way that this endgame works has been by far the most rewarding system that I've ever played in one of these looter shooters. You can see here, we just got an 11-point upgrade, which brought us up again. So from that one control point fight, we went from 426 to 428. And as you can see, there's a lot of stuff here on the map. And we haven't even entered the supply room, which hopefully has some good loot in it. So you can see here, we got this right here. I opened those boxes already, but we still got that tier 2 big boy box waiting for me. And yes, you can see right off the bat, if we hit compare, that's a 5-point upgrade on the mask, and it's a 11-point upgrade on the weapon. So we got this stuff right here. We equip this. We'll go in and replace this with the M60. We'll replace the mask here, and that brought us up to 430. So just like that, we went up literally from what, like 427 to 430 in one encounter, and that is one of the many encounters on this map. Anyway, guys, I know this wasn't the usual video format of just kind of a script ready to write, ready to go, but I wanted to just kind of give you guys an example of just how rewarding endgames can be, and if done correctly, they're damn good. There's so many different systems in this game I haven't even talked about yet with the Dark Zone, and even stuff like these control point officers. You can give them all the freaking resources they need, get experience from it, complete projects, which then give you blueprints. There's so many ways to level up and benefit yourself in this game, and it just feels really good to be able to do that and never really have a stop to the grind. Because once you hit in the end of this game and you still get consistent rewards, you're still going to be looking, like even once you hit gear score 500, you're still going to be looking for specific gear sets and different loadouts and different perks. And this is so in-depth. You can see all these different weapons have different perks on them, right? So this police MK17 I picked up in a little bit earlier has Sadist, which is plus 20% weapon damage to bleeding enemies. You know, plus 15% weapon handling. And what if I wanted a perk that it gave it extra headshot damage or something like that? There's so many different things to do in this game that it's really, really nice to have the option to just kind of do whatever you want on this map, and no matter what you do in your world, as long as you're playing in a world tier that benefits your gear score, you're gonna keep getting stuff. Even if you're roaming around on the streets, you find a group of enemies, you kill them, they have the potential to drop all this loot and better. I haven't even seen an exotic item yet, and I'm 30 or 40 hours into the game at this point. Anyway, guys, I'm rambling on at this point. Let me know what you guys think of The Division 2 down in the comments below. What videos do you want to see about it? I'm not completely done with Anthem, but I am currently taking a break from Anthem so I can grind out to the end game in this and get everything I need done here. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hey naysayers, how y'all been? It's been a minute, but I'm in it to win, and I ain't finished. This is the starting gun, and I'ma run it to the front until I'm #1, son. This is a rhythmic defibrillation, innovative old school to thrill the nation. I've been patiently waiting and building steam, but I'm back with the bounce like a trampoline.